So I just got a voicemail from the EPA. This is breaking news. The EPA will be forcing their goo product called soil Tackifier onto all the victims' homes in Lahaina. They will not be allowing people to opt out of the government gooing.
Hi, this is Sarah with the EPA. I was just following up. You had called yesterday. You had questions related to whether or not a resident could opt out of the soil tech application. And I spoke with our incident commander, and he confirmed that as of now, no, residents can't opt out of that.
This makes it non-consensual. This is forced gooing of people's property. Under the guise of environmentalism, they're locking these people out of their homes, forbidding them from collecting their belongings. And now they're going to spray everybody's property with soil Tackifier, which is like a glue that makes everything water resistant. I'll put a link down below to my full report on the soil Tackifier. The EPA will not be allowing these homeowners to opt out of having their properties sprayed with soil Tackifier. It's like this gluey, gooey substance that turns everything it touches water resistant. And the EPA is forcing this on people. These people haven't even been allowed back to their property to assess the damage and to retrieve their personal effects and to salvage what they can. This is atrocious. This is anti-American. These people have been forced off their property, forced to stay off their property. It's been, 3 weeks now? And they're forced to just have their stuff sit in a pile of rubble and ash? And the EPA is going to spray glue on everybody's stuff. They're going to spray this gooey soil glue called soil Tackifier. Where does the madness end? This is un-American. Let the victims go to their properties and pick up their belongings. And don't spray glue on people without their consent. I'm so pissed off.
Hi, this is Sarah with the EPA. I was just following up. You had called yesterday. You had questions related to whether or not a resident could opt out of the soil tech application. And I spoke with our incident commander, and he confirmed that as of now, no, residents can't opt out of that. So I just wanted to relay that information. If you have any other questions, please feel free to call us back on our hotline.
Lastly, as we process properties, we will be applying a soil Tackifier to the ash piles, and this is due largely to the proximity of Lahaina's impacted areas, affected areas to the ocean. In discussions with the state and the county in terms of looking at options of how to mitigate ongoing discharges to the ocean, we've decided to apply a soil Tackifier, which is, we've chosen a product that is non-toxic, biodegradable, marine safe, and as I think Bob mentioned, it will degrade in 2 to 3 months, but the effort is to minimize and mitigate the discharges of the ash to the ocean. And should the need occur, we can reapply it if we decide we want to do that. And then with regards to access, the State Attorney General's office issued a emergency declaration early on, which because of and cited a public emergency, which granted us access to the individual properties.
So to recap, before the residents are allowed to go back to the scene of the crime, where they were victimized by this attack, before they're allowed to go back and collect their evidence to try to seek their justice, the government is completely banning them from doing so, from going back and seeing what's going on, retrieving their properties, taking video, taking samples to send to labs, etc., to see what chemicals are in this dust. But beyond making their own properties forbidden and off limits, the EPA and the government are going to spray this goo over the entire crime scene. This is tampering with evidence. Hell, these are crimes against humanity.